First things first, you need some lightsaber parts to create a generator. You can model them by yourself, which I would recommend you to do. But if you are lazy and just want to try this out, I'm giving my parts for free. You can access them through the description. There is two important things you need to make sure of while modeling your parts. First, they need to have similar sizes so they can fit each other. And the second thing is that their origin point should be right at the bottom and centered. To make the origin perfectly centered at the bottom, I do this so I don't see any reason for you to not do. In edit mode, I select the most bottom face and press Shift S, then click cursor to select it. After doing this, I switch to the object mode and set the origin to 3D cursor. I do the same for each part except pommels. Pommels' origins should be at the top center. Origins play a huge role in this generator, so please don't make mistakes. And again, for the lazy folks, my parts come with centered origins. After modeling parts, create collections for each part group. You can simply select the group and create a new collection. If everything is well organized, we are ready to build our very first lightsaber. And also every other lightsaber possible with these parts. Add a thing to your scene. It can be a plane or a cube, or if you are fancy, it can be even a cylinder. Switch to geometry nodes layout. Make it look comfortable. Add a new geometry node to your thing. Delete group input, we don't need it anymore. What we need is a point at which we can spawn things on it. Add a mesh line. Set it to end points and make everything 0 except the count. It will be 1. Then add an instance on points node and drag your handles collection to the geometry nodes editor. Plug them like this. Did nothing happen? Check the separate children and reset children boxes. Now they are here. All of them are here at the same time. We need just one, so check the pick instance box. But how do we change the handle model? There is no box to check, right? Well, there is. First, add an attribute statistic node and set it to instances. Then plug an index node into the attribute socket. Add a random value node and connect min to min and max to max. And connect value to instance index. Now when you change the seed value, it will choose a different handle from our collection. But why? Why we did that, you ask? So index is basically the order of our models for this collection. Without we change, it chooses the first model because it's the first. And random value node produces random values between its minimum and maximum values. If we give our index order to him, it will choose a random value from our index. But we need the attribute statistic node to get our minimum and maximum values. So after connecting everything like this, we will have a little node group that will choose random models for us. And while we said node group, let's tidy up our nodes with groups. Select all the nodes except group output and press Ctrl+G. Now hold the little ball right next to the collection name and connect it to group input. Do the same for the seed and the start location sockets. We need them outside of the group. Press Tab to leave the group. Let's go one step further and add button parts on top of the handle parts. First, we need to know where to add our button parts. Some handles are short, and some of them are long. We need something to give us the top point no matter how long the chosen handle is. It's actually easier than you might think. Just add a realize instances and bounding box nodes and we are good to go. Now copy part spawner group and connect the max value of the bounding box node to the start location socket. Join both part spawner groups. Well, it moves the button part to the top, but it's not centered. To fix this, add a vector math between bounding box and part spawner and set it multiply, then change it as 001. Now it's working perfectly. Let's group our new nodes and call it top point cause we will do one for the bottom point. Copy last the group and connect them properly. Change the collection to emitters. Copy same groups one more time and choose pommels and connect them to handle group. Press the 3 button on the top point group and change the name to button point. Press Tab to enter the group and switch max to min. It's almost ready to use. Whenever you change the seed values, it will choose a new part. But let's make it choose automatically. Add a scene time node and connect the frame output to each seed value. Now, whenever we change the frame, it will generate a unique lightsaber. But right now it uses the same frame value for each seed. To make it more random, add a math node set to multiply each line and give random numbers. And there you have it. Your very own lightsaber generator and basic knowledge of how to generate things from its parts. The name of the game is being able to create points correctly that will spawn parts. If you go a little wild and use different nodes, you can create a spaceship generator, which I will teach you how to do next week. So that's it. It's the end of the video. I have Patreon where you can find many free stuff and help me to live my life.